What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be playing around with a game called Steel Ark. This is actually one that I think the Steam algorithm actually worked out for once. I was just cruising around looking for something to do over the weekend, and this popped up as recommended for you. And from what I can tell, this is a post-apocalyptic game where you've got yourself a giant battle train that you just cruise around the wasteland, and you're scavenging things, you're crafting things, you're surviving, and that always sounds right up my alley. I like anything post-apocalyptic, and frankly, I kind of like trains too. So today, we're going to take a look at the game for about 30 minutes. We're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games you would rather not play for yourself. That's perfectly fine. Little word of warning here, this game is very, very early on in its production from what I've been able to glean, and so there is a solid chance that just about everything about this game is going to change as it gets further on into its development. This is one of those games that's kind of like in its infancy right now when it comes to being created, and so just keep that in mind as we're working our way through it. Along the way, I'll do my best to give you my first impressions of the title, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, but the link is down below in the description if you wanted to check the demo out. It is publicly available to everybody. Other than that, a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there that you can take a look at that are pretty saucy, man. Definitely a little slinky, but let's go ahead and start off a new game. I have awakened atop my mighty steel steed. Oh, we just wiped out a car. Hell yeah, dude. I would have liked to have seen more chunks and everything fly all over the place when we went through it. Ramming stuff inside of a train. One of those deep down desires is like driving a fire truck. I think every dude wants to do that, is like line up a whole bunch of stuff on the train tracks and then just waste a train ramming into it at full speed. Sounds hella fun, dude. Sounds like exactly the kind of activity that gets me husky. Alright, so we're moving up on a facility. It says that we need to take the train to the station. Well, I mean, not much to be done about it for right now. I guess we're just kind of on the rails. That's going to be our station right there, isn't it? And what other facilities and stuff are around? We got like a drone on that side. Looks like we've got a storage crate over here. We've got a forge that has no fuel. We've got a workbench that has no fuel. All right, so they're going to like get me started off with mining, picking up resources and stuff like that. Fair enough. What happens if I jump off the train? Is this one of those games where it's possible to lose my train? Okay, so we're at the station now. Where's the door at? Like, am I lined up with the dock right now? Sorta. Not really. Does this thing have a reverse on it? I need to park better. Once you park the train, you are officially out of coal. So I guess I'll hop off for right now. There's an ammo crate right there. Okay. Got the ammo crate. Oh, auto door. Star Trek style, huh? Does this thing allow me to, like, customize my train and add more cars and, like, more facilities and stuff to it? I bet it does, dude. I bet it's going to be awesome. Any of that lootable? I don't know what the lootable objects look like for right now, so I got to be good about looking at every single thing that I can interact with. This right here, is that a coal seam right there? Break out the old pickaxe. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get more than what it told me to get. Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab as much as I possibly can while I'm here until this thing breaks. I've got like 150 coal. I think that'll probably be good enough because it took us like 7 or 8 to get down the road. And so maybe I'll hop back on my train here. Yup. Is there anything inside this building over here? I see a green light. Hold on, we gotta check everything. Put coal in the train furnace and start the train by hitting the lever. I'm not gonna do that because there's gotta be more goodies around here. There has to be. Is that lootable? It's got red lights on it. Nothing really lootable inside of here that I can see so far, but there is another outbuilding over here, so maybe we give that a little look. Can't break that down. What's up with this trailer back here? Doesn't look like we can loot or do anything with the trailer. And hey, another ammo pack right there. Who knows, man? It might be really, really difficult to craft ammo in this game. So anything that we can get for free, you know, nice and gratis, sounds like the play to me. Let's load up this furnace real quick with whatever we've got. And then hit the lever, and let's get her moving. How fast does it go through coal? I gotta, like, time this out inside my head so that I know what I'm working with. It looks like it's roughly 8 seconds of driving the train per fuel. And so we should have enough for a couple of minutes of cruising on the road here. Take the train ride. Okay, but hold up. There's like doors and stuff over here. I have to investigate. I'm an explorer, dude. Ooh, piece of candy in full effect right now. Can I go inside this building? I cannot go inside that building. All right, fair enough, dude. I'll stop trying to get off the rails here, literally in this case, and I will just take the train ride until we arrive at the place we're supposed to be. I'll be a good boy. On the plus side, I am liking the environmental design of this game. I don't know what it is about it. It kind of reminds me of that game Outriders, which was kind of like disappointing, but it's got kind of like a rust punk in the Nevada-Arizona Valley, like redwood type thing going on. And the draw distance looks pretty good too. There's actually not a whole lot of like pixelation, or I haven't seen any frame lag or anything else while I'm looking around and we're cruising on the rails right now. I'm kind of digging it. Like, it's a unique looking environment. Something about it is standing out to me, and I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. Map on the wall back there. I'm wondering how that's going to come into gameplay later on down the line. Like, maybe we're going to be able to set a course, pick where we want to go, choose individual rails or something else like that. But I suppose for now, it's not actually activated. Another facility on our left. That one's got a green door. Hold on. That one's got a green door. Stop the train. Stop the train. This is a place that I can enter into. I can trespass. Let's go see what they've got here. We've got a storage. It looks like it's got cast molds inside of it. I'll take those. It's got some cogs. Might be helpful. Another storage over here that's got a drill, and it's got some pipes. Okay. Ammo crate right there. What else we got laying around? Another storage over here that's got a battery inside of it. This one looks like it's got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'd like to get some more coal while I'm here. That way I can power up like the forge and some of the other stuff. Another drill bit, some more pipes. Okay. A few more paint, or a few more plates, a few more goodies. What are we looking at here? Can I mine that? Oh, it's iron. Nice, dude. I actually didn't expect that to mine. Okay, let's grab. Do we have limits on how much we can carry? Oh, so happy right now, dude. I love games that don't give me a weight limit. I love it so much. Honestly, one of those things that I feel like every single game ever in existence should never have a weight limit. Your character should just have infinite inventory, carry around whatever you want. I've never felt like having a limited inventory is really kind of like compelling gameplay. Like, they always put it in there to create some kind of conflict, but really in the best case scenario you're disappointed because you have to leave something behind. You know what I mean? There's like no upshot to that entire system. I've just like never been really on board with it. All right, so I got like 25 iron out of here. The other thing that I wanted to grab is I was hoping there'd be like some coal or something around here, but I do not see anything that looks like that other coal seam that we were able to mine. Truth be told, it's pretty dark in here, so I'm having trouble actually seeing. Like, if it was here, if it was a snake, it would probably bite me right about now. But I may split off some of the coal from our supply then, so that we can take a look at the crafting system, because I don't like being in post-apocalyptic environments without a gun. And I happen to notice that inside of our recipes right here, we can get some kind of Gears of War looking machine gun that we can make for ourselves. We have pretty much everything for it, except for we don't have a rifle bolt, and we don't have wood as of right now. Can I chop down trees and stuff while I'm out here? I can. I absolutely can chop down trees. Fair enough. Get them logs up out of the way. Can I chop them while they're down? Nah, it doesn't look like I can kick them when they're down. But you know me, man. If there's one thing I like in survival games, it's a solid application of chopping down some tree. Where would we be inside the confines of this genre if we didn't spend an exorbitant amount of time just chopping down trees and spending our time swinging axes? It is a standard. If it's not there, we're all going to be disappointed. With nothing else to be done for it, I've got enough iron that I feel confident we've got enough to do basic tasks. So let's go ahead and head on down the road. Oh, something went wrong. The rails are broken and they need to be fixed. Oh yeah, look at that right there. Okay, so inside of our rail. Oh, we're like responsible for the rails too? Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna need to like make some rails. Unfortunately, I don't have any iron. So we already mined the iron. We're a little bit ahead of the curve right now. And it looks like the game wants me to manufacture a drilling rig, which I think I can probably get away with. So inside of recipes for the drilling rig, I have all the stuff for that. So we're like ready to rock on this front. How do I make said drilling rig? Looks like we've got to use the workbench that's in the back over here. It's not fueled though, so I'm not holding out a lot of hope that it's actually gonna work. Can I put wood in there for fuel, or does it require coal? I think it requires coal. Okay, let's split off some of our coal stacks over here then and just make it work. Coal stacks been split. Nice and easy. The UI is easy to figure out. You just shift-click stuff if you want to split it. So that's good. With the coal in my inventory right now, acceptable fuel is batteries. Oh, okay. So that's battery-powered. Interesting. Fair enough. Let's see what we can do here. Let's craft a drilling rig. Ooh, I like that little digital sound that it makes while I'm crafting something. That's very satisfying. So there's our drilling rig, and now that we have that, it wants me to place it. Is there a... Oh, you put it on the actual iron node. Okay, that'll work. Iron node, I've come to give you a fashionable head accessory. Okay, so with this, I'm guessing we probably put it on a quick slot like so, and then we place that bad boy. And it looks like it needs coal in order to function. All right, start it up. Yo, that's way faster than doing it by hand. Oh my god, dude. Like, doing it by hand, it took forever to get 25 iron. See, this is what happens when I leapfrog and I get ahead of the tutorial. I make myself look like a fool. So it wants me to have 160 iron ore. It's gonna be a minute or two before we get that actually done. But this is insanely more effective than doing it by hand. I do like how they have like a little animate, like they've already got the rig and everything animated too. It's got like a little bit of jitter, a little bit of vibration to it. You can actually see the bit working its way down. I like it, dude. I like it. And I think we have the requisite amount of iron now. Can I get my rig back, by the way, once this is finished off? Like, can I pick it back up? Yeah, give it back to me. Hell yeah, dude. I love that it's not just like single use and I can actually take it back with me. So that I've got all these little... Oh, Jesus! What the hell is that thing? Whatever it is, it's meaner than I am, that's for sure. Jesus. Okay. Let's go back to the forge and we'll see if we can make some of this iron. Is that coal? Oh my god, it's coal. Can I put the miner on top of the coal? Hold on. Can I get like infinite coal right here? No, I cannot. Okay, well, I was trying to have a smart idea right there. Mining coal doesn't take nearly as long, though, as mining out the iron. In fact, I find that mining coal goes a little bit faster if you're like, you got to let go of fear when you come down into here. Get a little bit of that Carl Rutherford in there. When you spend your day loading the coal for the man. All right, we got a little bit more. We got a little bit more coal right there. It's gonna annoy me that I don't get to resolve the melody on that song, but you know, that's enough of my sing-songy bullshit for right now. So what it wants me to do is we've got the forge over here. That's obviously gonna take a little bit of coal. So we've got that covered, and then we wanted to make iron bars. Okay. Just repeat craft iron bars until we have what we came for, I suppose. Can't make steel just yet. It looks like we convert 4 of our normal iron bars into steel bars, so we're gonna lose some of the supply over here. It may be worthwhile to go back in and maybe mine out some more, but for the moment, we'll leave it where it's at. What did I need for... So we've got an armory lathe over here that will allow me to assemble weapons from scavenged parts. Hell yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. But we do not have access to the rifle bolt anyways, so I don't think it's going to work out altogether that great. What went wrong here? Continue crafting and then just put that bad boy on repeat. I thought I already put it on repeat. Either way, we'll craft all this off and hopefully there's no more giant alien zombie freaky... I don't know what it was, dude, but it looked really unfriendly. It also looked far superior in genetics to me. And so, like, you know, he had, like, the abs going. He had, like, the obliques going. He had, like, the pecs going, dude. I don't have any of that stuff. How am I going to fight him? And then we got to convert all this stuff into steel. And so that should be a pretty fast operation. I think from looking at the recipes, all we needed was like 3 steel bars. I'll probably let the rest manufacture while we're in here because why not? But I think that's all that we needed for the railroad ties were a couple of those. And then we come over here and we craft our rails. Okay, we've got ourselves some rails. We laying down some tie, boys. All right, let's get on in here and do this thing like John Henry. Here we go. How do I fix this? Do I gotta put it on my hotkeys? Yes, is the answer to that question. It goes on my hotkey, and it looks like our railroad tie is all good to go. Fair enough. I do like the idea that there's gonna be, like, busted sections of railroad tie that I just need to take care. Oh, check the armory lathe recipe. I think I already checked it, but, like, there you go. Armory lathe. So for the armory lathe, it wants me to craft this right now. Let's just go ahead and do it real fast. I've got all the stuff on me, so I see no reason to kind of like slow down our progress by ignoring the prompts that it's giving me. Armory lathe, all nice and good to go. Let's throw that on a hotkey and see where we can put it. It's pretty big, dude. It's pretty chunky. I don't know where we actually have space for this thing. It wants me to build it over here, I guess. Since we're on train tracks, I'm guessing we're going to come back at some point, but I don't know. Armory lathe down. It's got no fuel. It requires coal, and if we're going to make a rifle, we still need the bolts. So, like, find the buggy. Oh, I saw that on the way in. The buggy's over here. But we are going to need gasoline in order to get this thing. Did I miss a container over here? I'm usually very thorough in my looting. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in there when I came by the last time. And so I think the tutorial just added it. Now let's add fuel to the buggy and then find a rifle bolt. Oh, shit, dude. We off-roading now. Okay, so they got like, you're not just in like a train. You can also get like full Mad Max with this piece. Okay. All right, all right. Let's do our best not to fall in any ditches or like break any axles, though. This car is like the one resource that we have at the moment. And oh, okay. Yep, that's precisely what I was worried about. Let's head back over here and see if we can find this rifle bolt before we get ourselves dug in any further. I had to unstick my buggy. Luckily, you can push it around just with like your body weight. I got stuck on this corner right here. There's like an invisible wall right there that hasn't been like cleaned up yet. It says this building's gonna have our stuff inside of it. I'm guessing one of the doors that... Oh, there was stairs right there, dude. I'm stupid. All right, I completely and totally missed the stairs the last time we came through here. Another battery. That'll definitely be helpful. Absolutely take that. We've got a cast mold right there and a few more gears. And then we've got our rifle bolts. So now we're ready to get our... Ow! Jesus Christ, bro! Is there more of them? Oh my god, that scared the hell out of me, dude. My heart is pounding right now. He came out of nowhere, dude. There was no, like, sound. There was no nothing. The guy was just on me, man. He was on me. Okay, well, now that we've got that harrowing experience out of the way, I suppose we'll just drive back to the train, make ourselves a gun. That way I can feel a little bit better about fighting with whatever these extra-dimensional alien things are. But long haul, let's go ahead and hit the highway. Oh, there's so many of them, dude. Can I just run them over? I was gonna say, oh, no, we had a vehicular malfunction. Okay, all right, we're okay. Everything's all right. Nothing is falling apart, but I am glad that I could just run those dudes over. I'm gonna have to do like an Austin Powers 600-point turn here to get my car back on the road. But I think it was worth it for the sheer amount of blood and gore that we put on the windshield. Let's maybe park this off to the side of the train tracks. That way accidents don't happen. And then over here, I need a little bit of coal in order to get this thing functioning and make my gun. We'll check and see how the ballistics feel in this game. And hopefully they feel satisfactory because, like, I'm sort of feeling this experience right now. For something so early on, it appears to have, like, a very concrete vision as to what it wants to be. And so over here, we've got coal for the forge. Let's make the gun. Okay, gun is done. And now that I have a rifle, we have 60 bullets. Well, it feels all right. Doesn't feel, I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more muzzle flare off of it, but like, oh God. I'm out of ammo. Reload faster. Luckily, it looks like the AI is getting stuck and can't pathfind its way to me, so that's perfectly fine. We are going to have to figure out a method by which we're going to make more ammunition, though, too, before this gets any crazy. Oh, they're out in the woods, dude. Okay, that one's, like, stuck. That one is definitely not stuck, so we'll just light him up real quick. Get onto the train real fast, and we'll let him do his thing. Let's start up the train. Get this thing pounding. And honestly, I kind of like the environmental design, too. They've got, like, a little bit of, like, a Utah, I don't know, Nevada thing going on that I feel like is pretty rad. What's going on here, dude? Are we about to transition into a new zone? Like, what new horrors await me? Ah, dude, the horrors of the demo's over. Oh, they're going to give us a little trailer right here showing us potentially what might be coming out. Okay, so we saw the mining. We played around with all of that. The demo was a little bit shorter than I expected it to be there. I was hoping we'd have like another 10 or 15 minutes to let us, you know, go out into the world and start using our gun and whatnot to scavenge and see what we can find out there in the game world. Maybe build a couple more modules. Oh, there's going to be multiplayer up inside of it. Okay, and then we're going to have, like, full control over what... Oh, we get, like, paint jobs and things like that, too. Hell yeah. Oh, we get guns on there, so the train is going to come under attack by something. Yeah, okay. I dig that. I definitely like that. I would have liked to have seen it inside the demo, but at least they hit us with the trailer at the end of the demo. That way we could figure out what we're looking at. I may have covered this one a little bit early. I'm going to be honest with you, but, like... enemy variety seems like it's probably going to need work. There's only like that one type of enemy that we've seen so far. But all right. I'm a little amped up and hyped about this now. I definitely think I'm going to give it a place on my wish list for sure. Sorry that the video ended up being a little bit shorter than expected. As of right now, for a very, very early demo, I actually think this is a really solid vertical slice for what it is that they're trying to create. It briefly gets you acclimated with the game world, kind of the aesthetic of what they're playing around with. Lets you play around with a couple of the core basic mechanics like fixing the rails and whatnot. And then you fight some enemies, and then, you know, they give you the trailer that shows you what's going to be in the finalized version. And so, yeah, dude, I'm going to throw it on my wish list. Obviously, some polish concerns to be addressed here. We had some invisible walls around that were getting in the way of driving. We had enemy pathfinding that was a little bit wonked out, but I don't really see any reason that if they can't get that stuff cleaned up and, like, hollowed out, the idea of riding the rails in a post-apocalyptic world that's apparently been invaded by aliens or something, very, very appealing to me. I don't know what it is about trains, but anytime there's a game that has trains involved, I find myself getting excited. My name is Splat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were playing around with a title called Steel Ark. Tomorrow we'll be playing around with something else. Thank you for giving me the luxury of your time. Apologies once again that the video ended up being kind of short. There was no way for me to know that the demo was going to be that brief, but this does go to show that with a brief demo, you can still get the idea across, you can still get the juices flowing, you can still get people excited about what it is that you're planning on making. I don't think I would expect to see this one come out for a while if it's that early on in development, but still, I liked the demo better than a lot of the stuff that comes across my desk, and that's a very, very good sign. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, Steel Ark. Tomorrow, it'll be something else. Thanks for hanging out with me, and that's about all I got for you, folks. Bye.